Generic greetings and welcome to MewnBase. Today's beverage is a new beverage, actually, something I've not had before. That is a plum and apricot juice drink. That is very, very refreshing. So MewnBase is a fairly sedate survival game where you play a cat in space, and that gets more ridiculous every time I say it. I've featured it several times on the channel and we've done different mini-series before, but not as of late, and certainly not with some of the newer stuff that's been added to the game. So I thought we would change that and do a series on it, a bit of a mini-series where we just play it and chill out and check some of the new stuff out and just enjoy it, really. As I said, it's a fairly chill game, fairly sedate one, as survival games go anyway. So you do have to gather resources and build a base and obviously do the typical survival stuff, but it's not overly stressful. So I think it's something that hopefully will be quite relaxing and indeed enjoyable. Let's go over to new and we will start this one off. We have a tutorial, we have a normal mission and a creative. We're not going to do creative because we don't want unlimited oxygen and health and such. We want to do the standard normal mission, which is explore. There is our cat. We can change the colour of like the helmet and the cat inside, for example. So that's quite nice. And then we'll go for generic cat, and we will start. And it says mission: land on the planet. It should be a moon, but there you go. CBW-439 and survive for 33 days. So we click begin, and you can see it's Jenny rating, and then we will land with our lander. We'll jump out, and there you go. So we have all of these things around. So first things first, we're going to go over to some of these bits of like pod or whatever you want to call it. These are the things to build the base. I'm going to place those down. There should be another one which is around here, so we'll gather that, and this gives us a workbench. So I'm going to place the workbench probably over this side, probably there actually, and then we'll place the entrance. We'll just rotate that around and place the entrance there, and there we are. So that is going to be all okay. We can obviously gather some of these resources. Some of them we can gather, some of them we can't. So like these big rocks we can't pick up, but the other ones we can. So I'm picking up the scrap here because that gives us, well, some parts. We get bits of scrap, but also some electronics as well. You can see this is not powered at the moment. We have an airlock and we have an oxygen generator, followed by just a standard generator there, and that generator requires some power. So I'm going to gather some of this ice here because we can turn it into drinkable water. Also, I'm going to go over to this bit here, and we can gather some of these pumpkins which we can eat. We've also got some seeds as well, but the main thing I'm focusing on is just getting some wood, because we need to fuel up our generator to start to produce oxygen there. In terms of resources, you've got oxygen and power on the top left. On the top right, you've got health and food, and we also have around here some more sticks as well. You do have day-night cycles where it does get dark. You do have weather, but you don't have temperature, so we don't have to worry about that. But you can get like sandstorms, and you can get all manner of like lightning strikes and things like that. Anyway, going over to this, I'm going to change over to wood. If you come up to this and left click on it, it shows you the type of things that you can put in. So I can actually put in some of this fruity, but instead I'm going to put the wood in. 1 unit of wood will start to produce some electricity, which means that's powered up. So if I go inside and then cycle the airlock, we can see we go inside and we have base stats on the left hand side. So it shows you 3 parts there. We have our oxygen, which is currently 0, but that's because it's filling our suit up by default when we're here. We also have battery power and water supply, both of which are nil. I think there's been some change in the graphics since I last played. There seems to be some more lighting or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to go over to this workbench because we can access that, and we can make things like this crude shovel, which I'll make, and also we're going to make some water. So 1, 2, and that gives us the water there, which obviously we can use to, well, we can drink that, and it increases our hunger. Yeah, well, no, it increases our, I guess, food, not really increases hunger. And I can use this shovel to obviously gather more resources. So I can pick up some of this ore here. I'm going to pick up some of these leaves and also these things as well. But what I'm looking for is on the bottom left there, and this is some stone. So this standard stone I can just hit away and then gather that. And this stuff you can't because we need a big pick, and we get that. And over on the left hand side here, you can see we have a relic. So you pick these up and you can do some research. So you can see in here we've got all manner of things to research, including some new stuff that I've not seen in previous games, where you've got a dozer now. This is in previous builds, should I say, not previous games. Well, technically it was in previous games, but I meant builds. Yeah, you've got a dozer now, which can be used to dig, like for the resources and stuff, and sort of remove a lot of these big rocks, which should be quite useful. So just going to gather some stuff up here. We may eventually get seeds and do some farming. We have to survive for 33 days. and go Mark Watney on this one. Storage is a bit of a problem because we are filling up our taskbar down here. Our toolbar, should I say. Let's gather some of this and gather some of these. There we are. And then probably a couple more leaves. And we're probably going to head our way back now, I think. Although I really wanted some more stones. So I'm going to try and look around. I can press M for map here and have a little look around. There's some more stones. So that's all I really wanted. I needed 4 stones in order to make a certain item. So I'm going to head back to our base here. Obviously, you can get lost, and in the dark, it can actually be quite problematic to navigate. You can see it's now getting quite dark. So, yeah, I'm actually going to go right inside here because we're very low on oxygen. So, going inside, and that's now sorted. We can access that outside there, so that's fine. And we're going to make one of these smelters here. So, melts down raw ore into metal sheets. So, we're going to make that, which is good. And then I want to cycle the airlock. I'm going to put on my torch, and you can see we do have... well, quite limited view now, and I'm going to place this probably on the back there. Can I remove this? I think I can actually remove this, but there you are. And then we can make things like this, these metal sheets. So I'm going to start to craft these, and that'll give us some metal sheets. It's all now queued up there, but we don't have a lot of these, so that'll crack on with that one. And I'm going to get my shovel out once again and just start mining this ore, because now that we can actually do something with the ore, it's worth me actually picking it up. So I'm doing that. That is fine. Food is all right. Oxygen not so much, and also you can see we are going down very quickly on our suit power there. So I'm going to probably head back to this, and I also want to say craft all of them as much as possible. Go to this. I'm going to put in another log, so we'll put in the log like so, and then head round. I'm actually going to turn the torch off because it's using power that I actually don't really have spare, and then we'll cycle the airlock, and that'll recharge our batteries and obviously our oxygen as well there. And you can see we've now got some sandstorm, so it actually slows us down. So we are, not only is visibility hampered, it also physically slows us down, so we are a lot slower when walking around. Let's just again put some more of that in the queue and then continue on. Looks like the sun's coming up, so we can go back to our well, turn off the torch, I guess, and continue on. So I want to expand the habitat, and the reason for that is, oh, we've actually got a component there. I want to expand the habitat somewhat so we can basically store more oxygen, because if it's quite small, you only store a certain amount of oxygen, and we want to start getting some storage, some farming, and also I want a pick so we can remove some of these big rocks, because the big rocks are in the way, and eventually we want to obviously do research as well. So I'm just going to go over to this. We're going to pick up some of those metal plates. Then we're going to set those on the go there. And I'm just going to go inside this airlock. You can see we are hampered because of that wind. And there we go. It's actually settled down now. And then we'll cycle that again and have a look at this airlock. So we've got components, which we don't need. We've got research labs, smelters. I think what we'll do is... we'll gather that, and let's see what I can do. What else can I make? So, workbench, no. Stone wall, I don't know why we would need that. Smelters we've got. We don't need components. We don't need a biofuel generator. You can create wire, but I don't know, again, why we would do that. I think the best course of action, actually at the moment, I want to actually make probably some of this. Just make loads of water, you see, because we've got enough, and also some plant... slop, which we can have, and you can see on the top right when we drink this or eat whatever, it tells you the max that we'll get there. I think we're going to put in probably another log into that, cycle the airlock once again, and then just fill up there. So that should be all right. So we're on day 2, 310, not a big issue, and we're going to have a look on the map, and we haven't really explored to the right here, so we will do that. We have our artifact over here, and I may go ahead and pick it up, actually. Do we have any slots for it? We don't have any slots for it, which is a bit of a shame. And I've actually got no slots at all for any of this, so I'm going to drink that water. There we go, and I'll have to pick that up, and then I can get this thing, and pop, and we can't do anything with it. So probably just dump down some of these seeds. You can just place them on the ground there. That shouldn't be a problem, and I'm just going to continue picking this stuff up, like so. And there's lots of scrap, so we're getting scrap metal. We've got stone over here, which I don't know if we actually need any of that at the moment, but I might I might mine some of it out. Oxygen's alright. Research, tech tree. I do want to research that, but it costs 5 samples. So we need to get something where we can basically get samples. So I'm going to place that down there and continue picking up the rocks. I think we need that for our sampleizer. That's a machine now. Don't know if that's the name for it, but it should be. And if it's not, let's get a GoFundMe and a couple of petitions going. And, oh, yeah, you heard that little noise there. That means that we are running out of oxygen. So we do have a little bit of time in order to get back, so I'm not too worried. These blue plants, I think you can harvest them into and make them into some sort of lamp. Let's just cycle that airlock, and then we'll do this. And we want to make one of those, which requires some electronics. So I'm going to create a couple more of these, and the problem with that is I'm going to just dump that down. Hang on, cycle the airlock. I'm going to dump that down there, go back inside, cycle it again, pick that up, and then we can create some electronics, one electronics, then we can get our research lab, and this really opens the game up now, so that is fine. And then I will open that up again, and I'll place our research lab there. The reason I'm placing it all next to each other is because these share power, so if they're not adjacent to one another, you have some issues there. So I'm going to say sample, and we have to start that. It says no power, so yeah, that is the case. So we might need to make another generator. So let's go ahead and make another generator. That requires some metal plates and some components. So that's a problem. In fact, it's not. You see that there? If with both of those down, it wasn't doing anything. So I'll have to make another generator and probably have a separate generator to run the research lab. That makes sense, does it? I think it does. Anyway, we'll go ahead and cycle that once again. Place the generator, place the sample machine there. And then we'll place that artifact. So we're basically getting rid of it, which is fine. Cycle that once again, and we can access all of these, which is good. Down to here, and we need another generator, which requires a component, and there's the other generator. And job done. So that is fine. I guess I could, if I wanted, put the generator there to power both, but I have a feeling that maybe separate is the way to go. So we're going to place in a couple of these fruits. And you can see that is now sampling. So it's going to take a couple of minutes to do that. So that's fine. We know that further down the bottom here, we've already got another one of those artifacts. So I'm going to go and hunt that out before we really do anything else. Because I know... Let's actually have a quick look on the map. It's down... That's where we are. I think it's that bit there, yes. There's some question marks if it's in green. And, oh, we have some rain. I'm going to pick up this sample. There we go. We'll have a little look around. Must be fairly muddy, this area. Nothing major here. We'll pick up some stone and some ore. Oh, actually I can't because my shovel's just broke in two. Okay. We'll head back up to the base. Have some stew. And we'll go for another crude shovel. There we go. Start crafting there. We have enough oxygen so I can just keep on digging, which is fine. And obviously that's telling us that it is ready to go. It's finished crafting, so that's fine. Do I need to pick up any ice at this stage? I don't think I do. Like I say, just looking for... Well, I'll pick up the wood if I see it. Might as well. None of this grows back or anything, I don't believe, so we have to be careful as we continue on. Obviously we will lose bits, and that's a problem. So I can't pick up multiple there, they don't stack, so that's a slight issue there. But at least we know. Gonna start heading back now to our base. Picking up those resources, and I'm hoping that by the time we get back, I might as well pick this up, it's on the way. By the time we get back, we'll probably have research completed. Pick this up as well. And yeah, we're just nowhere near it now. And I'm hoping to be able to remove some of this stuff. Let me just put that in there. Set all those going. And yes, research is actually complete there. So that should have netted us some points. So we'll click on that. And we've got a tin of tuna or something. Artifact number 8. So we'll say continue. And I will put another one there. And I've just got an achievement. I didn't know achievements were in the game. And we'll place a log into there. We'll do a bit of a cycle on the airlock. And there we go. That's giving us some of that. Okay, so over to research, and we have research points. I'm going to go for... Well, there's construction. That gives us a construction yard, habitat modules, air cleaner. But I think tools. We're going to go with tools. Because I want to get... There's an improved shovel and a jackhammer. The jackhammer is the one we're crafting. I'm going to dump down this artifact here. And then jackhammer. And we want to get rid of all of these. You will get some resources out of them, including potentially some nuclear material to make an RTG. There it is, yes. We have radioactive ore. So we can make an RTG, radioactive thermoelectric generator, I believe. Something like that. And let's just continue removing these rocks. I don't know how many we need for an RTG, and we certainly don't have the research for an RTG. But, you know, we'll gather what we can. There's another one. I'm not going to make a better shovel until we've used up the current shovel. Seems a bit of a waste. And I think you only need 3 perhaps for the RTG. And I don't know whether we want to focus on that sooner rather than later. But anyway, I'm just going to continue building this. You can also make metal beams as well, but I haven't had any need to make that at the moment. I wonder if you can get rid of your rocket ship as well. Mission not finished yet. Okay. I don't know whether you could get rid of that previously, or I'm just getting confused from different games. But this research should be done shortly. It's now done. I'm going to pick that up. There's our artifact, which is a box. So we'll continue. Select more research. Go over to here. So an RTG is down the bottom, but it requires batteries. And batteries require chemistry. So, yeah, I'm just going to go for construction. Because I want to cycle the airlock. I want to now build... we'll need to build this construction yard. So, in order to do that, I think instead of trying to... build everything, I might just look for scrap. Although looking for scrap at the moment is fairly problematic because I can't see anything. It's really, really dark. I'm not going to bother picking up any other the stone now because this jackhammer has pretty much just replaced that. So just picking up this ice obviously allow us to... Oh, there's some ore. Yeah, the ice allows us just to make some bottled water, and it stacks quite readily as well, so that's pretty good. Get some of this ore. Haven't got a lot of it, and the problem is when it's dark, even though I know where the base should be, I don't like to stray too far from the base, especially with this suit. You can get better suits. And, oh, we've got leaks. So you can see here, this is actually broke. And we're actually run out of... the UI flickers on and off and then completely goes off when you run out of suit power. So we not only ran out of power, but we came back to leaks in the base, which is not something you want. Anyway, I didn't find any scrap, which was a bit of an issue. I was hoping to find some scrap, but didn't find any. Let me just remove some more of these rocks here. And that's removed. And I want to see if we can... Let's see if we can find some more scrap. Turn the torch off, no need for that anymore. We'll get the shovel. See, there's some seeds and some of these berries here. Day 4. It's not too bad. Oh, that's telling us we are fairly low on oxygen. I'm just going to go to that, and that looks to be a cat bed. Let's go inside here, cycle that, and I think while we're here we'll also make as many of these bottled waters as we possibly can. It says obviously we are full. I'm going to make all we need for this thing, which is one more electronics, and we can't pick any of it up. Ah, actually, yeah, that's a thing. Tech upgrades. We've got storage there and solar panels, but it requires 10 samples. Oh, and flooring. And we do need some metal beams. I'll make a couple of metal beams. I'm going to place down the radioactive material there because it's sitting in my pocket is not something I'm a big fan of. And we've managed to pick up the water, which I will promptly drink in its entirety, actually, just so I can pick these up. And then we need 2 of these big metal beams, which we should be able to get. Oh no, because of the ice. Place that down there. This is why storage is pretty good, and then that should allow us to make a construction yard. Yeah, and I'll place that next to this generator as well, and hopefully it'll be able to power the whole thing up, but we'll have to see. Let's place that one in. I'll just place it behind, actually. Actually, no, that's probably a bad idea because I was going to expand that way. Oh well, it's in now. So this allows us to create some different habitat modules, so I'll set that going, although as we can see it's not functioning. So what I'll do then is I'll place this up here, so this generator is either doing research or the other one. So there we go, and then we'll say I want at least one of those, and we'll craft a couple more of those plates. You can see it's all arcing and sparking. Got a little arm there, and that's pretty good, and a little welder as well, and that's now going to not only increase the physical size of this place, but also why is that out of power? Oh, I guess that's out of power because this is now in play. That's interesting. What if I remove this bit then, pick it back up and place it there? Because these generators are now together, it should power the full thing up, I'm hoping, because they're now on the same grid. And it seems to be the case. The problem is obviously managing this thing now because it's so all grouped up. But there you are. Don't really want another airlock. I think another habitat module should suffice. But we are going to need some more metal plates. And then we're going to place this habitat module back there. And I'm guessing that's going to break everything, but we'll see. No, it seems to be all okay. Right, good. So the habitat is now grown in size. Let's head up and we're going to see if we can get some more stuff. So we're looking for more ore, and actually more research is what I'm hoping to find. I'm pressing M and I'm looking around for some very light green things on the map. That denotes that we can get some of those samples. Obviously because I'm picking stuff up here as well. I'm filling my boots. We will only have a limited supply. There's the ore, and the pick's just broke. So I've broken my pick, but that's what I was looking for. And we should just be able to, yeah, I think we can grab it by hand. So there's one. Ideally, I'd like another. So I'm just going to head out, looking around, just checking on the map. We don't want to be treading over all ground. It's well-trodden ground, we're not going to find anything of great interest. And just going back and forward. There's a log, actually. I might as well make a bit of an effort to go the other way. Pick that up. Pick that up. There we go. So we've got 9 wood now. That's fine. Heading back this way. See, it doesn't take too long for you to get quite away from the base. You think, oh, just that next log, or just the next. I'll just go to the next bit, and then the next bit, and then you realise you're quite a ways away from the base. And it's dark and all alone. And I mean, to be fair, it is quite a lonely game. You are just, you know, a cat with not able to communicate with anyone else. I mean, to be fair, it's a cat. It probably wants to be left alone. That's the whole point, I guess. Yeah, not going to get stressed out by people trying to bother you. And I'm not seeing any other artifacts around here. We're still okay for oxygen. I can eat some of this fruit as well. But power is not very good, so I'm going to turn that off. and just turn it on when we need to have a quick look around. Checking the map once again. No, not seeing anything there. So we're going to head back. I'm just a bit concerned that if we keep on this direction, on this path, we might struggle somewhat. Stuck around here, you can see obviously this is out of power, so we'll put that in and we can actually start researching that as well. So there we go. And you might notice that now we have 100 oxygen because of the size of this, which is pretty good. In terms of crafting then, we don't really need anything else yet. I'm looking for ideally some batteries to store any excess power. That would be really good. We also probably want to overhaul this place to make it a bit better. But what I'm going to do is, with this now sorted, you can see, sadly, because of this, you can see that blowing around as well. That's the last thing you want, a radioactive piece just flying off into the distance. Oh, I should have actually made... I'll go back. I was going to say I should have made a better shovel. But let's close that. And we've got an improved shovel. Ah, that requires scrap though. I need 4 scrap metal, which is actually... There's one bit down here that I could have picked up. Unless we can't pick it up with a standard... with our hands. No, we can pick it up with our hands. So I'm going to pick this up. I'm not going to go back now. I'm not going to... We've already come this way, so I'm just looking for these artifacts. Food is also slightly problematic. So we'll have to gather some more of these. We've already got some on our person anyway, so we can eat up. But because they're just uncooked, we're just eating this raw alien fruit that we don't know what it is. We don't know what adverse effects it may have. There's some scrap. Might as well pick that up. But no artifacts. I'm just going to head off in this direction. Looks like suit power and oxygen is fine. Just now heading up to, let's say, look for these artifacts. There's one. I was going to say I don't want to come back without at least one. And there we go. We've got one. Right, that'll do us. We'll head back to the base. We still have 5 research points, but I don't know if that's including the ones that we just put in. I don't know if that was completed, but certainly with this one, we should then have enough points to go for something a bit more advanced. We'll have to get chemistry. It looks like that is now complete. So we can see that we've got artifact 10, like 5 research points and a scratching pole. We'll continue. That takes us to 10. We'll start the research for the other one and we will cycle the airlock. And there we go. We can have a look at this and we've got all manner of things. We've got power, so you can get, looks to be wind turbines and solar panels. So we'll start researching that. And it is actually researched straight away. And to get a solar panel, I believe it was quite an advanced thing to make a solar panel. In fact, it's not there. It'll be in the fabricator. Yeah, solar panel requires 2 electronics. Actually, that shouldn't be too much of an issue then. Let me have a quick look. Electronics requires a bit more wire, so we'll craft that. And I think that's alright for us. Let me just check. And yes, we can create a solar panel. It will take quite some time because... well, basically, we don't have any power. But, ironically, we're trying to make a solar panel that will give us power, but we don't have that. But, as you can see, it's cracking on alright. Once we've got this finished, once this shuts down, basically, that'll then start, and then we'll have a solar panel. We're getting more research done. Overall, then, it's been, I think, a quite nice start. That should hopefully kick in but a moment, because that's not functioning. Or am I going to have to pick it up? I think I'm probably going to have to do that. So pick it up, and then there you go. That's now cracking on. Right, I think we will leave it there for now. Oh, there's our solar panel. Well, we might as well place the solar panel before the end of the episode there. And we're just going to place it in here. A lot of these, obviously, we'll have to redo, move things around. You get the idea, and naturally that only works in the daytime. But we have a nice little start there. Pretty happy with that. We have our generic cat is on this place. Day 5 there, going to night. We have some generators, some research, fabricators, solar panels. Overall, pretty happy with our progress. Next episode, we will crack on and... Oh, there's Artifact 11, a nice clockwork mouse, which gives us 5 research points. And ooh, we can make energy bars, we can make a hearty meal, make garden patches, so grow your own food supply. We've also got navigation, but requires 10 samples, a Mark II suit, lots of stuff to do there. But I think we probably want to go for chemistry, which gives us a chemistry lab, a healing stew, chemicals, and then obviously batteries to then gather, probably have a lot of solar panels that power obviously in the day, and then go ahead and store that with batteries when we need it. So I think that's the overall idea here. That's probably what we'll end up doing, but we'll have to see how we get on. I don't think we have enough for that. We may have enough. I think we actually might have enough for... No, we don't have enough. We need a couple more plates, and there we are. Yeah, we'll make some more solar panels, and next episode we will crack on. Anyway, I hope it's been quite interesting, and indeed a relaxing one. It is one of those games, but what's that as well? Ooh, I've just added a workbench. I didn't realise you could just randomly add a workbench, but, well... You don't know until you know, and that's what that button does. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Next episode, as I said, we'll crack on and see how far we get on. Hopefully it's been a chill one for you. Comments in the comments as always. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.